Today I'm going to discuss and review traditional landscape photography and how we are going to incorporate it into a split composition. Notice the variation of camera angles to depict where these horizon lines are. Your horizon line does not have to align directly across the center of your landscape. By varying this viewpoint, you create more interest for your viewer. In Photo 1, we talked about how to capture a strong composition with landscape photography. Let's take a look at this a bit further and create reason. John Fall's Altered Landscapes. John Fall took 131 photographs using the theme Altered Landscapes. Let's explore two works from this series of landscapes in the next slides. Take a minute to analyze this photograph. Based off of the title, what might Fall have placed within the composition? Was the placement of this object purposeful, and why? And why do you think he used a high horizon line? Does this play a major role in the photograph? I'll go ahead and pause for a few minutes so that way you can gather your ideas. Fall took two sticks in this landscape and waited until the sun got to just the right spot to make the exact shadows that he had envisioned. Why do you think he chose a high horizon line in this case? What do you think the sticks are to represent, and why do you think he waited to get just the right amount of shadows on them? Once again, I'll pause this and give you guys a few minutes to gather your ideas. Next, we're going to take a look at some of his close-up landscape images. These images are included from his waterfall series. In his artist statement, he states, they are either great sources of industrial power or conveyors of aesthetic power and beauty. Waterfalls photographed close up and isolated all look very much the same. I chose a panoramic format and wide-angle lenses to provide context and to complicate the meaning and formal qualities of the images. Let's compare and contrast both of these images by Fall. The one on the left from his Piles series and the one on the right his Altered Landscape series. Take a few moments to gather your ideas to discuss with the group. I will go ahead and pause this lesson to leave room for group discussion. So let's move forward with the assignment. We are going to work with two different views of landscapes. Your first should represent a horizon line. Try to create an angle other than perfectly aligned in the center. Find purpose. If your land reveals a lot of textures, colors, and designs as seen here, it would be beneficial to include a higher horizon line. If the sky that day has a variety of clouds with value, shape, and pattern, as seen in these next images, consider having a lower horizon line. Your second image then will need to be a close-up and include an element that you have altered. The alteration could be something sculptural with sticks, leaves, rocks, dirt, etc. It can also be a placement of an object to mimic any textures, patterns, or designs seen within the landscape. Your final step upon completion will be to combine both images into one composition. This can be created within Photoshop or printed, cut, and pasted together on a separate sheet of paper. Think about unique ways to combine the two together to add more interest to the viewer.